What not to do. Let's look at someone now who doesn't deal so well with difficult people or difficult situations. We'll call this person Bob. Now, Bob is the kind of person that is able to, in some way, create drama or certainly escalate a situation, and it becomes bigger than what it started out in the first place. Now, Bob will often avoid conflict and he'll avoid drama, so it'll get worse and worse. And when he does have to deal with it, it'll blow up. And he uses force against force. So let's look at what Bob's doing in these situations to make it worse and to not deal with a difficult person and a difficult situation. I think the first thing with Bob is he doesn't listen to the other person. So the first thing he'll do is he'll try to avoid the person or the situation. When he goes in there, he's worked himself up to a point where he's got his own ideas and his own views and his own thoughts and assumptions going into the situation. So he'll go head to head with the person. And I think what happens in the situation, the issue almost becomes off to the side and it becomes some kind of competition. So it's the customer's reality, then it's Bob's reality. And then they're going head to head. So I think ego comes in, emotions arise, the issue doesn't get solved, and we're just getting anger, we're getting emotion. So it's building up over time and the customer goes away not happy. And I think one of the biggest things here with Bob is he goes in with assumptions, he goes in with his own ideas. So what Bob doesn't do is take some time to have some silence, a gap, listen to the customer, capture what they're saying, paraphrase it, get to the real heart of the issue and the underlying problem for the customer. And this, of course, involves asking questions. And you don't hear Bob ask a lot of questions in these situations. He'll go in with his own ideas. If he does ask a question, it's a leading question. So he might say, well, why haven't you did this? Or why have you done it this way? Or is it your fault that it hasn't worked in the first place? Which inflames the situation even worse. So we've got head to head, we've got no paraphrasing, we're not asking questions, and we've got rising emotions over time. So I think Bob would probably benefit from taking that moment just to listen, just to ask some questions, get to the bottom of the problem for the customer, take a deep breath, stand back a little bit before jumping in with some of those solutions. Bob's the kind of guy, if you had an issue, if you had a problem, you wouldn't want to go to Bob in the first place.